1.
Okay, well, the mic should be recording now, so, well, let me just turn off my computer. Okay, now, welcome to the podcast, everyone, and today we are here with,
Calico She?
Yes, and I am Miracle. Hello there.
okay, welcome to the podcast.
Apparently, someone is missing.
Yes,
today.
it is on the list here.
Hello. Well, welcome to the podcast. May I ask your name?
Josh. Call me Josh.
Okay, well, have a seat, Josh. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello,
Thank you,
Mr.
thank
CEO.
Fashionably late, as always.
Well, welcome to the podcast, and, I believe today we're talking about how terrible Fazbear Fright was.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very terrible. We need to add more stuff to it that's more scarier, I should say.
Very. Now, as I do know, Josh, you are the CEO, correct?
Yes.
What is it here? Let me check my notes here. Yes, what is it that makes you become the CEO? Why have you been interested in being the CEO of Fazbear's Entertainment?
Well, I will say that this position was more given to me by my close friend, who is currently 6 feet under.
I see.
He, very nice guy, and I kind of want to take this little role away. And,
Yes.
didn't really apply too much for this job, but, I'm here. I'm here to make this place a bit better for all of us. And,
I see.
Ah, okay.
Alright then, I've noticed Fazbear Entertainment has been going under very recently. Care to explain, Mr. Josh?
well, there has been a few problems. Well, establishments, as you can see, do you have a few written down on a piece of paper? If you'd like to take a gander. Just go pick that up, it's over there. There's a few restaurants that are making the most profits, and there's just a few that, have a few, murdering problems. They're back at their old roots with the whole purple guy thing, Mr. Rafney. I'm pretty sure you know that person.
Yes.
Yes.
No longer CEO of the company. He's been, had an influence on some of our managers and owners of different establishments, and well, that's kind of why we're losing our profit. A lot of our locations are being closed, and well, I know that a few of them are doing pretty well. Like myself, my location is doing pretty well, but a lot of them aren't doing too well, and I can't do too much about that other than kicking out those owners and getting new ones. But it takes a while. It takes a little while to get more people to work for the company, since this company has such a bad reputation. Of course.
I see.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting, very interesting.
Well, I do have a question. Is it true that Brian Films is out of commission, or is he actually dead?
What I have gathered so far, there's no. It is one report saying that he's dead, or not dead, but missing, and I assume that he is most likely dead, because after a while, when people really go missing at fast are usually dead and can't find the body.
This is
So,
certainly mind-blowing, you could say.
of course.
Alright then.
I do have another question, though. Do you know what happened to the death? Do you know what type of death it was, or was he
as of now, I have not been as of now, I have not been told anything about his death. Was a tragedy, of course, but one of the locations that aren't doing too well, of course, it's still making profit from its little sales of its merchandise, but the park itself is not making too much money. The owner, Brian Films, I have no clue where he went. And like I said, it's most likely presumed dead.
I see.
Because I feel like that he was stuffed into an animatronic suit and been taken out somewhere. And ever since that Star Mall opened up, there was a new animatronic that showed up out of nowhere named... he said he was supposed to be named Brian, but
That's
he
Steve.
suddenly said now that his name was
Steve, is it?
Steve.
It's interesting. I might want to do set a few search scenes for that little situation over there.
This is quite interesting because I believe, was it John who has stepped down from CEO, wasn't he? Or wasn't he kicked out? One of the two.
Well, I will say that he stepped down for now. He's not no longer working for the company, and I'm not sure where his whereabouts are. Was not kicked out because, well, our CFO is recently found dead. Couldn't do anything about kicking CEO out, which I know that her intentions were to kick him out. Unfortunately, she's dead, and don't know her cause of her death. So,
I see.
yeah.
And
I
I
assume
believe
that he stepped down because of stress, because of, this company and everything, and after all, his friend's death.
I see.
So,
Totally not sponsored by Brian and John. Shh.
And I do have one more question, though.
yes, go ahead.
Does John now run the park now, or is he still a co-owner of it? Is the
Like I
question.
said, I have no clue where his and I haven't really checked the ownership of the park. As I know, it's still under the ownership of Mr. Films. John, though, most likely is the owner. I need to check those papers on once more. If he is the owner, we can't scrap his animatronics, of course, and all those animatronics. Still, though, Fazbear Entertainment property. We can still take it away if we wanted to, but it might be in our best interest to leave him alone for now.
I see. Oh man, was your name Zeke?
Yes, that would be mine.
What have you in commentary of what has been said within this?
Well, I honestly have nothing. It's certainly quite an interesting tale, I will have to say. Certainly better than anything I can tell.
If I show you this here, Mr. Josh, this is records of every child missing in the Fazbear Entertainment community. Every single child's gone missing. The only one we know of is Afton. Now look at the ones now. Who might have been that?
And that's unfortunate a bit. Quite concerning, actually.
Quite.
Wonder who could that be?
Of course, you are the new CEO, so you must be investigation of it. I can only assume.
Of course. I have our
Yes. Glad to hear. Might I have the book back?
Of course, of course. You don't mind if I see this after?
Excuse me, what?
I said, you don't mind if I see this book after?
We'll talk about it later. How about that?
All right. You go.
Alright then. Thank you, thank you. Well, in conclusion, I think there is much investigating needs done in Fazbear Entertainment.
Yes, I completely agree.
What about you, Josh?
I agree as well.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
I do feel like that Brian is maybe dead, but he's maybe alive still. That's what I was like maybe like seeing so far in my dreams, but something does not add up. How did he die? But there was this one person named, I believe, the one who shall not be named, I believe. That's what Brian said to me once. But he didn't even tell me after his or after when he, say, disappeared.
Yes. It's quite interesting.
Because I've been getting updates from him.
I see.
Well,
Well, I believe that's all the time we have for this podcast.
Is it really?
Yes,
Uh,
I believe so.
I must say, we all have had a wonderful podcast. But I must
Yes,
say
it was very nice to have-
very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
I'm no human.
Well.
Now have a wonderful day.
Really? Really? You know what?
And that's the end of our skit scat.
Breck, I killed myself. Okay.
Thanks for watching First Skit Scat. Let's go.
Bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye!